better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that, like that. Hey, never feeling the pressure. Please, not at all. I walk in when it's crunch.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. But today, two AFC teams set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Harrison Bunker set to get us started. It's two AFC powerhouses, the Chiefs and Ravens, underway in Baltimore. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Jackson looking to throw right away. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. The Ravens send their punter out now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. On the return, it's James. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly, you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Nifty move. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job of eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's James returning. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Bell brings it in across the formation. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take...
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Noah Gray from 17 yards out. And the Chiefs are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the option right is Jackson. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Credit the stop there to Leo Chanel getting into the backfield and stopping him in his tracks. Now Jackson on 2nd down. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Pacheco headed right. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. They go play fake. Mahomes. A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it's caught. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me...
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Patrick Mahomes scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Chiefs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-0.
Ravens nothing. Harrison Butker and a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. And the Ravens taking the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Report.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. James now to return it. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On play action, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. And now here come the Ravens. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Jackson now. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. James now to return. Unable to corral him. He fights through. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, Welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports halftime report. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Pacheco once again, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Mahomes. He'll get this to Ben. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So certainly not at all what you're looking for here to start the third quarter. A fumble on their opening drive.
Not at all. You're exactly right about that because this had a chance to be the drive to put everything away. A touchdown here, that might have put everything out of reach for them. They definitely handed out a lifeline to the defense on that play.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take it.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
KC's offense ready to take over. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead he said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have opened the lead up to 30.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Harrison Butker and a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Isaiah Pacheco and the offense back out. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Motion man right is Rice. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Room past the 35. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it up.
There he goes, left side. Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 99 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Caught here by Bell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
1st down, Chiefs.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. Touchdown. Kadarius Toney. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Harrison Butker and a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now, standing just outside his own goal line. And taken right at the 35. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Noah Gray, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs extend their lead yet again. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. The Ravens ready to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now a throw here to his running back. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Jackson throwing complete there to Flowers. A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
And Jackson throwing once more. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
DC, ready? Hey.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take over here up near the 40. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall. I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Mahomes going to throw it here. That's complete. It's Bell. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, that threw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras and have a big grin for them. But I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Move the ball on the ground, move people so they could run it, and then protected their passers so they could throw it.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.